what it's going to be like when we make them. In order to make some pop-up cards, we are going to need a few materials. Now, I have some kind of fancy paper. Your paper doesn't need to be fancy. You can use whatever paper you have around the house, as long as it's firm enough to be folded. You're not going to want to use a newspaper, but a cardstock, a printer paper, a construction paper, all of these will work just fine. We've got some little pieces we're adding to it, so we're going to need some tape. And we're going to need to cut the paper to size, so we're also going to use a pair of scissors. Now the scissors I'm using are pretty big. If you've got craft scissors, you can use them. If you've got safety scissors, I recommend you use those as well. Additionally, because we're cutting things, I do recommend having a grown-up with you too. Let's get started. I'm going to take a piece of paper that is going to be the basic card, and I'm going to fold it in half. Now this was a scrap from another project, so it's kind of a weird size, but I think this will be a pretty good card when we open it up. I'm making them bigger than the examples at the beginning so that you can really see what's going on. The next thing that we're going to need is, of course, to make the pop-up. I am going to use a smaller piece of paper, and again, it doesn't have to be this fancy. If you will regard, I just drew a dinosaur and cut it out of printer paper and called it a day, and it's fine. We are going to make a shape that we would like to pop up. I'm going to make this one into a heart. The easiest way for me to make a heart is to fold it in half and cut both sides at once. You may have other ways of making hearts, and they are all valid. But here is my heart, and I would like it to pop up. So this is where we come to the true difficulty of the pop-up card. How do we make this two-dimensional shape suddenly three-dimensional? Well, let's see. The way that we made this one pop up is we put a little support behind it that is a square. Any rectangle should do the same for you. We're going to make a little rectangle out of paper, and we're going to connect it to the card and connect it to the thing that we want to pop up. And then it should turn into a diamond as we close it, and then be flat, and then become a rectangle again when we open it up. Let's give it a try. I'm going to use some regular old paper, and we're going to cut a strip off of it. Going to take this strip, and I'm going to fold it in half and then unfold it again. I'm going to take each half of this strip, I'm going to fold it in towards the center, and I'm going to fold it down really hard. A lot of times when people make things with paper, they don't do their folds as hard, and that's asking for trouble. We want to really put our back into it. There we go. And now you can see it's got these 4 equal-sided pieces of this square. The only problem is these are kind of wobbly out here, floating in the breeze. We are going to attach those to each other with the tape. You're going to take a piece of tape. It doesn't have to be very large, though of course it does depend on how big a strip you're making. I didn't even measure mine because honestly, it doesn't matter that much. I'm going to tape those two together. And now the square will just take care of itself. But we still don't know how to put these 3 things together in order to make it pop up. Let's see. For this part, we are going to need 2 pieces of tape, and we are going to attach this to our card. We're going to attach it on the back and on the bottom. We're going to take 1 piece of tape, and we are going to put it... Oh no, I didn't make my tape long enough. Oh, this is tragic. We're going to take the longer piece of tape, and we're going to put it in this part here so that it sticks out on this side and on this side too. We're going to make sure that this little line lines up with the seam in our card here. I'm going to make better choices and make some longer tape now. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to take a piece of tape and tape it down. Now it is connected on the bottom and on the back, and when we close it, it's almost perfect. I think I'll tape it down a little bit in the front too, because it's a little bit wiggly. Since I noticed that problem in the front, I'm going to do it on the back too, just to make sure he knows what he's supposed to do. So, yep, that is pretty good. Now we're going to take the thing that we want to pop up and we're going to put it on the front so that when it closes it's flat, and then when it opens it pops up. We're going to take some tape and we're going to put it inside of our rectangle like this so that the sticky part comes to the front. We're going to hold it steady while we put a heart on it. Lovely. I'm going to fold this tape over so that it is very secure. Then we're going to try it out. Closed. Open. Popping effect. Perfect. Lovely. It's kind of a dull card though. I mean, hearts. Yeah, okay, that's fine, but it's a little bit bland. I wonder if we could make one of these that was exciting. Let's see. Let's take a new piece of paper. We're going to fold this one in half too. This time I'm going to put my fancier side on the inside. You don't need a fancy side at all, although you could color or stamp or paint on the inside and make it fancy that way too. You could do a lot of different things. And then this time I'm going to have something exciting coming out. Yes, what would it be? Well, I think I'm going to have to go with another dinosaur. All right, so I'm going to take some more paper. I'm just going to make a little dinosaur real quick. I like a nice scary dinosaur, so let's try to make one with lots of teeth. Yes, this is exactly how people draw things. Yes, good job. Okay. Lots of teeth, yes. Perfect. It is a dinosaur. We're ready. We're going to take our pair of scissors and we're going to cut out the shape that we made. Now you might want to color what you've made, but watching me color, that's not what you came here for. So we are not going to color this one. He's just going to be regular. If you don't color it out, that's fine. Black and white is beautiful. If you don't cut it just right, that's fine too. This is your art and you can make it however you want to make it. Just be careful not to cut yourself. Maybe have your grown-up help you with this part. And this is the fiddly bit. All those teeth I was so excited about a few minutes ago, and now I have to cut them all out. That's rough. Don't know if I thought that through at all. All right. Yes, that is reasonably fierce. We are going to have him in our card. And we're going to need to make something to make him pop out. This time I think I'm going to make him pop out a little bit closer to the person who's opening up the card. With our first one, it was pretty far back. You had a lot of room between the opener and what was happening. This time, let's make it a little closer to the action. In order to make it a little bit closer down here, we're going to need a bigger square. So let's get a bigger piece of paper. This one ought to work a little bit better for that. We're still going to fold our big piece of paper in half and then fold each of those halves in toward the middle like this. And then I'm going to still tape these two together. Yes. This is pretty reasonable. Let's take a look and see. If he goes on the front here, and this goes all the way to the back, yep, that's much closer to the opener. Hopefully when someone opens this one, they'll say, "Ah, it's a dinosaur, what do I do?" We are going to do the same thing that we did before. And we are going to take our square and we are going to tape it onto our card on the bottom and on the back. Since it's bigger, I'm going to use 2 pieces of tape on each side and hope that I don't run out of tape. I'm going to tape it on the bottom, making sure to put that edge right in the seam of our card. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm using a piece of tape on the front end and on the back end, since last time we found that if you don't do that, it can be a little wobbly. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the back. Stick that down and stick that down. Excellent. Let's see. Yep, we can flatten it out. Ooh, look, that square was just small enough to keep our secret hidden. If it was any longer, it would stick out the front of the card. If it does stick out the front of the card, that's fine. But if you want it to be a surprise, you may want to make your square just a little bit smaller. And now we are going to put this dinosaur inside. Now this dinosaur has kind of a weird shape, so I'm just going to hold him up and see where the tape should go. Maybe right here and right down here. That seems pretty reasonable. Instead of taping him with a flat piece of tape, I'm taping him with a tube of tape. I'm going to take a flat piece of tape and I'm going to roll it so that it touches itself and becomes a tube sticky on all sides. Then I'm going to stick him down. All right, let's close him up. Oh no, I have made him too tall. Oh, the secret's out. Someone will look down and they'll say, "Oh, what's this?" And they'll open it up and then they won't be surprised that it's a dinosaur because they could see him. How are we going to fix that? Oh, I have an idea how we could fix that. What if we made the card even bigger? It's already pretty large. I bet we could make it even bigger than this, though. Let's take a really big piece of paper. Yes, quite. I'm going to take this really big piece of paper and fold it in half. Yes. I've got this enormous 12-inch by 12-inch piece of paper. This time, just for fun, I'm going to fold it diagonally because this is my art and I can make whatever kind of card I want to. If I want to make a triangle card, then that's what's going to happen. I'm going to open him back up going to take the card that we've already made and tuck him inside. And then we're going to tape him down. You could do this part with glue too. Anything we've done today with tape you could do with glue. But then you have to wait for it to dry. And I don't want y'all to have to wait for my glue to dry. That would be a morning you could spend doing something else probably. Yes, that is exactly the end of my tape. So this has gone just how I wanted it to go. Let's close our card up. This sticks out just a little bit. I'm going to trim that off so it remains a surprise. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, this is the most exciting pop-up card I have ever made. Excellent. Can't wait to show this to my mom. Thank you guys so much for joining me to make some basic pop-up cards. We're going to be doing other Crafternoons together, and I hope that you'll join us for some of those. I hope you're having a lovely spring. We'll talk to you later.
Excitement and adventure are around every corner this summer at your library. Create your own literary wonderland at home. Immerse yourself in our never-ending online library. Learn new skills, explore virtual events, and connect with your community in a whole new way. Starting May 18th, the Prince George's County Memorial Library System and the Washington